So the next Pokemon we're going to be building around is going to be Venomoth, right? So Venomoth is a bug poison. It has rock, flying, like psychic, fire, a lot of weakness on this thing, but it's one of the best Pokemon in the game because it gets Quiver Dance, pretty good speed tiering, and I would say it's probably the best setup mon in the game. I'd say it's the best setup mon other than like Mega Mewtwo X with bulk up. So I do think that Venomoth is very, very good, and I have a pretty cool team idea of how I want to use it. So it's going to sound stupid with what we're starting off with because we're already going into like very similar types. We're actually going to go Muck. So we got Muck and Venomoth. So we're doubling up on the poison, but it's really weird that none of our Pokemon are going to be poison type. I'm going with Muck because I want to be able to switch to the Muck if my opponent is using a psychic attack. I want to be able to switch to the Muck if they're using a fire attack. Pretty much any attack, I can always switch to the Muck, and the Muck is going to be able to avoid the damage. And this isn't like a cop-out. Like, I know a lot of times you guys see me use Muck, and it's like, Muck is so freaking boring, and it is boring. But, like, I haven't used it in any of the other team buildings today, so let me do this. Let me do this, right? Muck doesn't really share weakness with Venomoth. Yeah, they work really well together. They work really well. It's doubling up on offensive coverage that doesn't exist, but it's fine. Next Pokemon's actually going to be Starmie. And Starmie adds a couple other things to the team. Like, Starmie brings, like, electric and, you know, what is it? Like, electric, grass, dark, ghost. So many weaknesses to the table. But it also brings, like, some resistances. And also some of the weaknesses that Starmie has, like grass, for example, are double resisted by these two Pokemon. And Starmie can provide that speed control that you can use with Venomoth. Sure, you want to sleep powder things, but sometimes if you get a pair on something, like, if I paralyze your Mewtwo, I'm just going to send a Venomoth and Bug Buzz you. I don't even need to set up anymore. If you're taking, like, any damage in your parad, I just come out, Bug Buzz, break the wrist, walk away. And, it's, like, super, super good. So, like, all these Pokemon have very good synergy together. We're going to need some big physical attackers. And we don't want to go, like, super deep into, like, shared weaknesses, right? We don't want to go super deep because we actually need to be switching a lot with this team. We're going to be switching quite a bit. I'm going to show you guys some cool sets today. We can go Rock's weakness, but I don't want to go super big into, like, electric weaknesses. I want to go Aerodactyl, right? I do want to go Aerodactyl because I think it's very important in this matchup because with Venomoth, right? If you don't have a lot of speed, and you're running a Venomoth team, you'll be run over by the people that do have the speed. They won't respect your Venomoth enough because, like, all right, let's talk about it like this. What are some things that beat Venomoth, right? What are some things that beat Venomoth? Let's just throw a random one out there. Charizard. Charizard beats Venomoth. So, if I don't have things to make it so Charizard isn't on the board all the time, Charizard will run us over. Articuno over Aerodactyl. Any positives? Not in this team. Play with Dragonite. Dragonite's pretty good, but it's not going to be in this team. So, like, Charizard's a good example. Like, I need a Pokemon. Like, Arcanine's another example. Like, Arcanine will just dump truck Venomoth. And it outspeeds me. It resists my moves. It has super effective moves against me. Like, Aerodactyl's Pokemon and Starmie Pokemon that says, hey, Arcanine, stop it, you know? So, you have to have these Pokemon in your team to even have a chance to have the Venomoth, like, set up. So, another problem we're starting to see here is, like, Venomoth can have weaknesses to, like Venusaur is also kind of common. They like to switch it into block the Sleep Powder. I've seen people do that. Let's see other Pokemon that have problems for Venomoth. I think I want to have a Chansey in this team because this is like a Venomoth team, right? This is like a Venomoth team. Put Chansey on the team. It's going to be a teleport user. Cloyster's okay. We're not going to use Cloyster today. Venomoth and Cloyster go very, very well together. What's Chansey weak against? Fighting attacks? I like super resist those, like fourth. And, you know, what's Venomoth weak against? Special attacks? The things that you have a Chansey for? Very, very good Pokemon. See, the problem is Chansey is very low damage. Muck is very low damage, right? They're both very low damage Pokemon. Starmie's pretty good, but like we need a big physical attacker. Now we need to be it needs to be physical. It needs to be a decent physical, and it can't have a rocks weakness, and it can't be super slow. So a decent physical Pokemon. That's perfect. More poison, yo. I like that a lot better. It's tough. I like to do my two types on screen. No, I can figure it out. Electabuzz is a good Pokemon, but not on this team. I like this a lot better. So instead of using Muck as our big wall, we're going to use Snorlax as our wall. And so we have double, like, really big normal types, right? But we have Resist.
Yeah, that's right.
We only have one ground weakness. Was that a follow from Prince? Thank you so much for the follow. I like this a lot better. We still have the double poison, but we have a secondary rock setter. Nidoking's really, really good against things that can give us problems. We have status inducers. We have, speed control from Starmie, Chansey, Snorlax, Aerodactyl has rocks, Nidoking has rocks, and three big physical attackers. Very, very, this is a good team. This is a very good team. Like, I like this. At least we gotta go into the moves now. So this is the team. Like I was saying, we have a few common weaknesses showcased. We have the weaknesses to fighting. We have the weaknesses to like electric. We have the weaknesses to rocks all clumped together. I do think that it's sometimes a good idea because rocks are so important, especially for a Pokemon like Venomoth. Since we're highlighting Venomoth today, you need to get rocks up because a lot of Pokemon take damage. Like a +2 Quiver Dance will KO so many more Pokemon after Stealth Rock's damage. So Stealth Rock's damage is really, really important in this matchup specifically. So we have Nidoking with Stealth Rocks, we have Aerodactyl with Stealth Rocks, and another thing is like Nidoking really does cover it for the fact that we have the double electric weakness. So it makes it so people trying to lead Zapdos are going to have a really hard time. They have to go through a Nidoking, they have to go through a Chansey, they have to go through a Snorlax just to get to our juicy Venomoth, Aerodactyl, Starmie core. So Nidoking, standard set here. We're just going to look at the Nidoking set. You've seen me use this a million times. It is a jolly Nidoking. I think it's the best nature. Speed is always really, really good on Nidoking, and this set is really, really good. You have Taunt just in case. If you don't want to use Taunt, there's so many other moves you can use, but I think Taunt's pretty good because it stops people from using Sub. And in this situation, Nidoking is a Pokemon that gets subbed on a lot. They're like, well, this Nidoking can't do anything to me. I'm just going to sub. And so you got to have the Taunt. So Taunt's pretty good. Also, it can stop them from Stealth Rocking. Nidoking, while weak to Earthquake, can like eat Earthquake from a few Pokemon. Like Nidoking can eat like an Aerodactyl Earthquake if that was possible. So like a lot of times when I have Nidoking on the board, I know they're going to switch to something like Aerodactyl to counter my Earthquake, right? And so in them switching to Aerodactyl, sure, I can go for a hard read and Ice Punch them, but I'm not going to get a KO. And so since I know they're going to switch to Aerodactyl, and I know that I'm going to have to switch after that, and they're going to either Earthquake me or use Stealth Rocks on that said switch, it's a really good idea for me to taunt on the switch to their Aerodactyl, so they cannot Stealth Rocks, and so I, again, get to have a game without Stealth Rocks because I taunted them on their switch. And then they're going to Earthquake, but, like, I'm probably going to switch to, like, literally anything else. Or I can eat one, Ice Punch, get KO'd, send out my Aerodactyl or my Starmie and finish them off. So, pretty good play. It's just that, I don't want Stealth Rocks going up, and I want to be able to set Stealth Rocks. That's why Nidoking does what he does better than most other Pokemon. Ice Punch is there for coverage against mostly like Zapdoses. It's good against catching Venusaurs on switches. Same thing for Aerodactyl. And Earthquake's just basic stab. Very, very strong move. Physical Nidoking, super good. After that, we have Chansey. Chansey's really, really good at helping you go to your Venomoth. Highest base HP in the game. Huge base special D. I really recommend a Calm Nature. This one's Careful. Does the same thing. Calm or Careful doesn't really matter. Thunder Wave's going to be able to cripple them, lower their speed. It's very, very good against special attackers like Mega Alakazam, good against Mewtwo's, Gengars, Venusaurs. This Pokemon's really, really good. You have Soft Build and Seismic Toss. Soft Build just restores some health. Seismic Toss deals base damage equal to your level. So since all levels are set to 50 for Wi-Fi battles, it's going to do 50. And most Pokemon end up having, like, what's Nidoking at? What's it got? It has 130 at level 41. So that'd be like a 3-shot on Nidoking. Ain't no way he's gaining 20-something HP in 9 levels. So, you know what I mean? It's like a 3 or 4 shot on Nidoking. It's pretty good. It's a 3-shot after Stealth Rocks. Pretty good. And, we would take that. But last but not least, the thing I want to highlight is Teleport. You've seen me use this before. The user switches place with different Pokemon instantly using telekinetic power. It says instantly, but it's actually a -6 priority move. So you can think of this move like U-turn, but it's actually better than U-turn because it goes last. So, like, think about U-turn. You, like, send out a fast Pokemon, you use U-turn, you can switch into something to help set up and mitigate damage, and maybe, like, switch defensively. A lot of people like to use U-turn for that. This is a little bit different. You send out the Chansey, you use the Thunder Wave, and then they're going to hit you with their next move. You're going to soak all the damage with Chansey, then you teleport and go out to something like Venomoth or Aerodactyl to start setting up and winning the game. So teleport's really, really underrated, I feel. A lot of people, also, since teleport's really, really good, if they switch, you can teleport to see what they switch to and then punish that. So it's super, super good. It'd be cool if they have the teleport change in the Sword and Shield. I agree. I think it'd be, like, super good. Like, teleport change was busted. Like, I love this move. So good. I love it. And Chansey's probably the best user of it in the game. And so another Pokemon we have very similar to Chansey is we have Snorlax here. This is gonna be an Adamant Snorlax. I do think that the Adamant one is pretty good since we have such a defensive team overall. Ice Punch pretty good for dealing with those Aerodactyls, makes it so we have a pseudo good lead against things like Aerodactyl and Gyarados at the same time. Self-Roar is a good way to describe the teleport. I really like that. Self-Destruct from an Adamant one will kill so many Pokemon like Mewtwo's and other really common sweepers after rocks. Earthquake's already hit electric types, and Body Slam is your main stab move. You could really try and fit Facade on this thing if you really wanted to, but I do not think you need it. I don't think you need it. I don't think you need it. So now to the point of the team. It's going to be Timid Nature Venomoth. This thing's rocking 75 base speed, if I'm not mistaken. 75, I think. It's a pretty good Pokemon. We're using Sleep Powder, Quiver Dance, Mega Drain, and Bug Buzz. Really good coverage here. I used to run Psychic. I've seen people run Air Slash. Sludge Bomb is a really good stab move. I've seen people use Sub and Roost over Mega Drain. Really, really good Sub. Like Sub, oh my gosh, Sub's good. But I like the Mega Drain. Mega Drain gives us a really good matchup versus, do I play mostly Pokemon? I do play mostly Pokemon. I play mostly Pokemon. But Mega Drain is a really good matchup against things like Rhydon, against things like Golem. A lot of the time, if we get low, like maybe we took like Rocks damage and we got like 2 or 3 Quivers off, maybe we took some Chip damage, we can Mega Drain back up to full, and then since Quiver Dance boosts not only your special attack and speed, but your special defense, it makes it so it's really hard for like special sweepers to like get anything like going against us. So Mega Drain is really, really uncommon. It's really, really good against like Starmies, other like, you know, water Pokemon and stuff like that. Very, very underrated move, and I think that you'll actually see that this move actually carries you a lot in your games you test it. Because more often than not, you're just going to be Bug Buzzing everything. It's your stab, it goes through subs, it's super strong. It doesn't hit rock types, but this is the thing that hits the rock types. You have a bad matchup versus Melmetal, but you can actually out-Sleep Powder like Bug Buzz, destroy him. GG, it was me, Smile. How's it going? It's pretty good. We're using Venomoth in the team building video today. Up next, we have Aerodactyl. And note that I've actually changed moveset up a bit. A second Stealth Rock user, never really a bad thing. No, we're not using Psych on Venomoth. Like, you don't need it. Oh, I'll go back.
Yeah, that's right.
What are you hitting?
That's right.
Yo, it's Carl. Thank you for the follow, my friend. What type of Pokemon are you actually Psychicking? Fighting types? You're gonna Psychic the fighting types, right? That's the thing you really want to Psychic if you're gonna Psychic anything. What's the best fighting type in the game? Mega Mewtwo? The thing you can Bug Buzz? You know, it's neutral damage. What's the second best fighting type in the game? What was that thing? The thing called Poliwrath? You know, it's Poliwrath. You could just Mega Drain it. Machamp is a little bit of a problem, but like Sleep Powder, Break the Wrist, Walk Away, just don't fight the Machamp. You have a bunch of other Pokemon to fight the Machamp. So you don't really need Psychic. It's really, you're covering 2 birds, 1 stone with Mega Drain, and that's why I really like it. Trying to learn more, and that's why... And that's what you're doing. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. You can always go check out the YouTube as well. Drop a sub on the YouTube. Check out the Discord. Those are places that everyone can be. Completely free to join all those communities over there. But I really do like the Mega Drain. But yeah, I do like the Reflect on this team. Being able to set screens is really, really good when you're trying to use a setup mon like Venomoth. Being able to set a screen and make it so they can't like just herp-derp you with like Earthquakes and Crunches for stuff like that, it's so good. So you set the Stealth Rocks, break the Reflect, maybe you lost the Aerodactyl, you know. But you have a Reflect up for 5 turns, and like you lost the Aerodactyl versus like a Nidoking. Like, I'm gonna dump truck you. Like, I'm gonna eat your stupid move very easily, Sleep Powder you, Quiver Dance 3 times in your face, and then Mega Drain you once, one shot, you go back up to full, I have 3 Quivers, I just won the game. All because I'm running a Reflect Aerodactyl. The way I've said this before in other videos is it's kind of like using Will-O-Wisp Aerodactyl. Why is Aero so good? It's just good. It's just good. What's the channel? I'll sub right now. I just linked it. Bam. YouTube channel. Link in the description. Oh, link in the chat. Very good Pokemon though. Earthquake cover, Muck coverage, and other electric types, and Rock Slide's the best move in the game. Up next, we got Starmie. I've used this Starmie a bunch before. I was thinking about using like a Thunder Wave Teleport dual screen Starmie, but I'm thinking I'm going to save that for another video. Let me know if you guys want to see that in another video. But this standard moveset helps us deal with like things like Venusaur's really good anti-weed. Like Starmie's really, really good. Gets that speed control. Sometimes you don't always want to Sleep Powder things. Sometimes just having the Starmie and being able to go for, you know, like a lot of the times, like if they lead Aerodactyl, I can lead Starmie. And they're like, well, fuck. They can go for Crunch, I go for Hydro Pump, I win. Or like they lead like Gyarados or something. And I'm like, well, I have to switch to like something. Or I can just go for a Thunder Wave, Break the Wrist, walk away. And then hopefully send out Venomoth and just start steamrolling him. Like there's so many other options. Starmie gives you a lot of usefulness in a bunch of really situations. Like Starmie's like an intangible, like a band-aid. Like you ever have a problem, you're like, well, I need just a little bit more speed, or well, you know, I need just a little bit more defensive coverage. You can always kind of just slap a Starmie on there. Starmie covers up for some of Venomoth's and Nidoking's Psychic weakness. You can switch to that, block a Psychic, and more often than not, depending on what's using the Psychic, you can sometimes go for a Thunder Wave to punish that user. and as well as a bunch of other moves. Like Starmie just kind of helps the team flow a lot easier. I fought a minimized sub recover toxic Starmie the other day and timed him so hard. Yeah, we don't play that game, but I do think Starmie's a pretty good Pokemon. I've been using Starmie a lot recently, and I feel that Starmie dropped off huge. I feel once Pokemon like Poliwrath and Nidoqueen and the bulkier Pokemon started to dominate, you know, like that whole Muck, Venusaur, Snorlax meta became really popular, Starmie dropped off huge. And I'm now just starting to like reuse Starmie because I feel it's really, really good if you save it until the end. A lot of people lose their Starmies early. They're like, fuck, I'm caught with my pants down. I need to kill this thing right now. And you send out the Starmie, and they just switch the thing out, and then they switch to something Walu, and then you're now super behind because you didn't get the KO, and you're caught with your pants down again. So I feel if you save Starmie as a threat the whole game, it's something that can come out late game, apply that one speed control you need, get that one Scald you need, get that one move that you need, and the good thing about it is, because you're saving till the end, it has that pressure. They always think, like, he's sending out Starmie here. He's going to send out Starmie here. They always think, they're like, he's going to lead Starmie. They always are going to think that the whole time. So Starmie plays a really big mental game, and if you're saving Pokemon like Venomoth and Starmie until the end, and usually doing more things with, like, Snorlax and Nidoking for the first 3 or 4 turns of the game, it's going to be really, really beneficial. Hopefully you guys like the team. We're going to go into the, the team preview, so you can like see the order in which I would like to showcase this team. I actually think this is actually a pretty decent order, but again, I really want to get your opponent to like lead with them rocks. So I want to say like, hey, you got those ice types, you got those water types, like fight me, bro, and then we just win, right? Any tips on countering Mega Arrow with a Mega Beedrill on the team? Oh, I could talk about that. How does the Mom Request work? So the Mom Request thing works like this. If anyone wants to sub, gift a sub, like resub or anything like that, or do like a donation for like a sub amount or like a decent amount of bits or something like that, they get to pick a Pokemon, and I completely build a team around them from scratch, like singles or doubles, and it's a good amount of fun. How do I counter Mega Aerodactyl? I'll answer that question in just a moment, but I think this is a pretty good team order because it baits your opponent into going with those big water types. If they're going to go with their big water types are walled by things like Chansey and Snorlax, Nidoking. I can get rocks up regardless, and then I can also like really punish with Starmie. So this is a decent team preview order here. Gets around a lot of your common weaknesses and kind of hides the Venomoth the best that it can. So hopefully you like the team.